Yo, what's up, y'all? This your man, Gerard B. Here with another one for y'all on Gerard B TV, man. Thank y'all for tapping in with your boy. Appreciate you for appreciating me. Roll to 2K, baby. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Hit that notification bell, too, while you at it. Hey, because we dropping all off-season long. All off-season, baby. All off-season. And, hey, we got one for y'all today because we might find a missing piece to our Washington defense rebuild. Today, 16th of February, the Miami Dolphins, they shook the league today. They released Bradley Chubb, two-time Pro Bowler. Hey, and for a team like us, a franchise deserving and starving for a defensive stalwart on the line, this kind of news got to make AP sit straight up in his seat, reach for the phone, and get to working. Because we talking about a former top 5 pick, a two-time Pro Bowler, and a double-digit sack artist. A guy, when he is right, he is a disruptor. He can wreck an entire offensive game plan by himself, and we ain't got nobody that on the roster. We ain't got nobody on the roster that coordinators got to worry about. Okay, but there is a catch. There is a catch. A big one, to be honest with you. And if you've been peeping any of the interwebs going on about your man, he got a medical foul that's sticking up to stop a bullet, bro. Okay, he got the Superman of medical fouls, bro, and it's not a good thing. Okay, it's not simple. It's not even obvious, but this is a high-risk, high-reward situation, man. So today we're talking about exactly what Adam Peters in the front office are going to do right now. We're going to break down the production of Bradley Chubb, his scheme fit under Daronte Jones and his new look defense, as well as the contract math. And we're going to talk about the injury foul because it's thick, but it's thick. Okay. And is this the move that jumpstarts the Commanders' defense, or is it the kind of gamble that's going to set our rebuild back 2 years? Easy. Let's get into it, man. Let's get right into it. But before we dive in, I need y'all gut reaction. Should Washington sign Bradley Chubb? Go ahead and let me know right now. No overthinking it, just purely instinct. Drop it in the comments right now. Because if you're tired of watching quarterbacks sit back in the pocket and do their taxes, and then throw a dime on 3rd and 26, go ahead and hit subscribe. We break it down every move this offseason, bro. So hit that notification bell because Gerard B TV, hey, it's where burgundy and gold. It never folds, baby. So let's start with Bradley Chubb because to understand why Bradley Chubb even matters to us, we got to understand the problem. Because in the modern day NFL, if you cannot affect the quarterback, you lose. And the Washington Commanders, did not affect the quarterback at all. Back in the glory days of Montez Young and Chase Sweat, Montez Sweat and Chase Young, the stars, if you will, okay, on the edge room. Nowadays, 2025 type days, man, we working with rotation players, depth pieces, and effort guys, but no offensive coordinator feared us last year. They was even talking in the rumor mill, you know what I'm saying, on the interwebs, like, yo, we literally was just worried about Daronte. After that, we was good money. That's crazy, bro. You worried about one D tackle. That's it. Everybody else is food. Right? And we was at the bottom of the league in sacks, pressures, QB hits. There was no one closer. We ain't have no real closers on the squad. We ain't had no finishers because what did we finish on defense? Absolutely, positively nothing. We ain't had no alpha dogs. No, whoa, 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 whoa. We ain't none of that, bro. None of that. And when you don't pressure the quarterback, secondary going to get exposed, bro. You can't have your corners covering for 5 seconds. You can't have your linebackers not having gaps to fill. Just think about it for a second. All the explosives we allowed, all the 3rd and long conversions, drives that should have ended, and they just kept on breathing, kept on kicking. Our defense wasn't just bad. It was harmless, brother. And Bradley Chubb could change that conversation because let's be clear about something. When he's at his best, the former 5th overall pick in 2018 draft, he produces. In Denver, he produces. Okay? He produced in Miami. Career sacks, 48 so far in his career. He got 10-plus forced fumbles and multiple Pro Bowls. Dose. In 2023, when he was fully healthy, 11 sacks. 11 sacks. And he had 6 forced fumbles, which led the league. Bruh, that's 6 saves. Say it with me. That's not luck. That's not disruption. That's game-changing. Field flipping. Okay? guarantee you in them games where he forced them fumbles, they had a mean shot at winning the game, if not blowing the doors off Bama's. Obviously. But obviously, let's talk about 2025 because he was coming off of ACL injury from 2024 that took away his whole 2024 season. But he bounced back in 25 and played in all 17 games. Okay. See the trend? 8.5 sacks, 20 QB hits. So when he plays the full season and is right, he is a consistent ass pass rusher. And he's not just a rotational guy. He's an actual edge. He's a legitimate number one edge rusher type dude. And we ain't got one of those. Now, when we going to look at some of the tape, i.e. the highlights, because, I like looking at the highlights, you know what I'm saying? So we going to flip screen. But yeah, I want to definitely make sure y'all look at these tapey tapes, some of these clippy clips from your boy, Bradley Chubb. Shout out Red Zone in the lab, my man Deuce. Put this bad boy up here for your boy on X, man. If y'all want to follow him, man, definitely check out his YouTube page as well as his Twitter, Red Zone in the lab, man. He always dropping good tidbits. And if you a Commander fan, you definitely need to check him out, man. You know what I'm saying? But, again, this is some of his clippies, man. Again, told you about that major injury history, you know what I'm saying? Left and right. Yeah, I mean, we're going to get into it, bro. We're going to get into it. But I wanted to show y'all how his 2025 kind of looked as I kind of talk about some of his, good physical prowess, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, I'm going to just go ahead and start this joint as I rap to y'all, you know what I'm saying, even more when it comes to the man. So listen, man, when it comes to Bradley Chubb and some of that production we going to see on this clippy clip, man, his tape going to tell some clear stories, bro. He got a mean bull rush. Okay, he likes to bull rush these tackles back into the lap of the quarterback for sure. He got a mean one, bro. Like low pad level, he gonna win with hands inside. And he got that leg drive. Remember what I was saying? It's very, very important that a defensive end leg drive, similar to running backs, is A1 per deco. Okay, so that injury history, but hey, 2025, he played all the games, baby. He played all the games. But again, he be walking them right and left tackles right back into the quarterback's lap, bro. The pocket collapses, the QB gonna bail out. Hey, my man gonna disengage, he gonna finish the play. He got that raw power, that pocket disruption that we looking for, right? Washington, we missing that, brother. We is missing that. All right. He a full edge though. He sets the edge, bro. First down, zone stretch. You know what I'm saying? On the run, like remember I said, 3-4, he gonna play the run on the first down, right? So tight ends, he gonna be the lockout on tight ends, bro. He gonna be able to make sure the zone stretches are gonna stay on. He gonna be able to stretch them joints out to the sideline. All right, ain't no cutback lanes. And he's not gonna get upfield too far. And he gonna read run the proper way. He a vet, man. He's smart, 2-time Pro Bowler. All right. He going to extend them arms. He going to anchor, reset the line of scrimmage. Man, listen, the man is about playing winning football. And those type of things don't always show up with sacks, okay, or stops. These are going to be like your intangibles in your play, okay? Another thing he's really good at, obviously, I told you about his strip numbers, his fumble numbers. Man, this is where you get that $100 million skill set because when you can turn the ball over, when you attack the football, that's how you get paid. Ball is life. Ball out. You got to get that, man. You got to get it. If you don't get the ball, you don't get paid. All right? You already know. He got the swim move. He got a Rolodex of moves, bro. All right? He got a Rolodex of moves because instead of just wrapping up ball carriers when he gets to the quarterback or when he gets to the running back or the wide receiver tight end, bro, he punching it out. He grabbing at the ball. He tackling on the football. All right, and that's how you get more opportunities for Jaden Daniels, for David Blau in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only way we're gonna get that. That's how you blow teams out. All right, that man got awareness. He got instincts. Again, that's how you get the big bag, that 110 milli bag. Like he did his big one. All right, so definitely rock with that man. We got to see what he really working with. He'll be able to figure out how else he gonna add to the edge room because you couldn't just add him. You couldn't just add a Bradley Chubb and be like, all right, we done. That's not gonna work, brother. That's not gonna work. Because again, the injury history on that man is thick. And you cannot realistically, bro, sign this man and not sign any other young talent. Okay? You can't do it. Because at age 30, when the season started, he got major injury history, brother. Major injury history. 2 ACL tears. One in his left knee, one in his right. That was in 2019, and another one was in 2023. Okay. So he missed, what was that? 12 games in 2020, and he missed the whole 2024 season. So your man got 2 reconstructed knees, multiple ankle surgeries, and he got some lower body issues, and he was dealing with a little nagging shoulder injury this past season. And he's entering his age 30 season, as I've been saying. So for an edge rusher, you know they depend on explosion, and they depend on using that leg drive. And that's real. So you gotta put these into consideration when you're thinking about bringing a player like this in for a look. But this is what free agency is about, because he did play in all 17 games in 2025. And when he's right, he's right. So that's encouraging. But we got to figure out what his new normal is. Okay. Where is he really lying? Where is he really at in the line in the sand? Okay. Because this is a gamble. We ain't just signing him for the highlights. All right. So y'all, I showed you all the highlights. We ain't signing him for the highlights. We also signing that medical job. All right. We signed that medical job. He's gonna pass a physical. But what's gonna happen when in week 8, week 9, you know what I'm saying, after you done played for 3 months of football? All right. So, all right, I know, knowing all that, are y'all still in? Are y'all still in? Comment one or two things. Let me know either you're going to sign that man or that man too risky. So let me know, fit or fraud. Fit or fraud. Let me know. I want to see where y'all stand on this because, again, if his medical checks out, we already seen he got the talent. So let's see if he fits the scheme, because Daronte Jones, we already know he's going to run pressures. He run multiple fronts, multiple aggressive fronts. It's going to be heavy blitz concepts, and he need edges that's going to win one-on-one. Bradley Chubb has lived in a 3-4 system before, so he speaks the language already. He understands the stand-up linebacker responsibilities and disciplines, because it is different than 4-3, and I'm not about to break it down for you right now. Google that shit. All right? First and second down, your man is ready to set the edge. He forcing Bama's outside, springing them out. Listen, third down, all right, that's when he get active, because he's isolated one-on-one, potentially, because the protection more likely going to slide his way when they see his number out there. Blitz packages are going to open all the way up off of his side, because he tilts that protection math. Remember what Daronte Jones said, I don't care if I run a 3-4, a 4-3, a 5-2, a 1-4, whatever you want. It's just numbers. And how that math operates, you can get to that number a million different ways. Well, not a million, but you know what I'm trying to say. And Bradley Chubb effort pops off tape, right? And if he's showing you that effort, you know DQ gonna love him. You know DQ gonna have him as a captain week 1. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get the commander tag. I hope them knees get the commander tag. Okay, so the fit, I feel like he fits the identity we trying to build, right? A football player that when you see him out there is pure joy, right? You get me? I hear you, Daronte, with that psych shit. That was hard. My man Buzzword was pure joy. And from a pure football standpoint, this does make sense. This does make sense. So let's talk about the contract, because they didn't cut him Miami. Miami didn't cut him just because of cap numbers. It was really just because of cap numbers, Mo. Like his cap hit was in 2026 was over $30 million. And Miami was like, nah. And you know what they say? Somebody trash. One more. Is another man's, you already know. You already know we not paying him, and he's not seeing another $110 million deal like he got when he signed with Miami. It's not happening. But it likely becomes an incentive-heavy 2 to 3 year deal, 15 to 20 million per, maybe 20 million guaranteed. It's short term, it has escapable structure, and it protects from downside, right? From the injury situations. No draft picks involved. It's just pure cap space. And for a team rebuilding with Adam Peters, the way y'all in the comment section saying that man cheap. I'm just saying, like the fact that that man could be available for outside of like top 20 edge rusher money, that's a real tight bargain that AP might be wanting to rock with. Okay, because again, you got escapable structure. And part of a GM's job is managing risk. And this risk could be manageable. You can mitigate this risk with the right contract structure. And that really, for me, that's like the last straw, if you will. Like I'm like, So my answer is if I was Adam Peters and I had my GM hat on, would I sign Bradley Chubb? Again, for me, it'd be a yes, but only at the right price. Only at the right price. Gotta be conditions laid in there. I need injury clauses. Okay. I need performance incentives and things of that nature. Workout bonuses, all that good stuff, practice and all that. Because our defense was faceless. Our defensive line was faceless. Because Daronte wasn't sure. He balled out for someone that was under the radar. And when I say that, I mean, if you look at his PFF numbers, he had a pretty good season. But after that was it, bro. Again, offensive coordinators was not game planning for anybody else but Daronte. We had no identity on defense. We had no fear factor, right? Bradley Chubb helps us change that. Helps us start to morph into something a little bit more scary. And we need to be scary. We need to be joyfully scary on the defensive side of the ball. Unfortunately, but fortunately, if we sign him, he's literally the best player on the defense right now. He would be the best player on our defense right now. An injury-laden Bradley Chubb. A defensive front with Bradley Chubb, Dorrance Armstrong, Johnny Newton, Javon Kinlaw, and Daron Payne. Kind of sounds, and another free agent to go along with it, another mid-tier free agent to go along with it. That don't sound half-ass bad. And we spreaded the money out. Again, you got to make sure you get somebody, a mid-tier young guy in here regardless, to go with a Bradley Chubb to mitigate his injury risk. Okay, because again, that's injury risk is real, bro. We got 2 new knees. That man out here walking around like a 60-year-old, you know what I mean? But he can play some football. So I ain't going to downplay it. It's just terrifying. I ain't envying being in Adam Peters' shoes in this situation. But elite pass rushers do not hit the market often, and we know that all too well. Because we all wanted Trey Henderson last year, and now this year we like, I don't know. What 1 year has done. That's crazy. And this one don't cost us no draft capital, and we wanted to spend draft capital on Trey Henderson last year. Think about that. So this is a calculated swing. Is using one of our more abundant resources in cap space, to get him in the building. And rebuilding teams need to take calculated swings. You got to take calculated swings because, again, like I said in my last video, you got to maximize Jaden Daniels' rookie window. You halfway through that bad boy right now. When we hear with CJ Stroud's about to get this offseason, hey, my man, add 15 to 20 million on top of that for JD at bare minimum. That if he breaking the bank type shit. So with this contract with Bradley Chubb, you got to build in escape clauses. You got to protect the cap. Like Adam Peters, you're a capologist. You're supposed to be a nerd for the cap. All right, you're an elite talent evaluated, an elite cap guy. You got those in the front office with you as well. You know, I'll be remiss if I say that you didn't put together a stellar unit. We was raving about your unit as we was putting all these pieces in the front office. So let's bet on that elite talent to find this elite talent. And this might be an elite piece that we can pick up out of free agency. for a relatively good deal. For a team desperate to reset its defensive identity, because we didn't have one, it definitely might be a risk worth taking, brother. I mean, now I'm gonna give y'all the turn to be the GM. Y'all put the hat on. What's the move? Sign him or pass? Is he a fit or is he a fraud? Drop your final verdict below, man. I want to hear from y'all. Subscribe. If y'all want real offseason breakdowns all season, because you know the combine up in about a week. All right, offseason getting percolating. We ready, man. We hit. Roll to 2K, baby, all the way. One time for the one time. And we out of here. See y'all the next one.